Hi guys. So today we're going to look at some miners, and I know that a lot of you are going to think that I have some kind of some crazy targets to show you, but I mean that's what I believe in, and I just want to share this view, and I hope you will find this interesting at least. And let's start with Mara, Mara Holdings. And so basically, um, this is like from an Elliott wave perspective, you have to understand. And in the Elliott wave theory, you learn to trade five waves in a very specific manner. When you have like five wave structure like that, you know that you will have at least one more. So basically, either you will have one more after that as a zigzag only, which is named ABC in Elliott wave, and which will have the guideline of 100% targeting fib extension. So something like that. Yeah. So this is like one of the possibilities. Or if you have um, an impulse instead, then the third wave should end around the 1618. And then after that, you know how impulses look like, I hope. You have a fourth wave, and then fifth wave again. Yeah, let's just make it quite quick, and you will short something like that, right? So, so five waves. So, what message is it telling you? Is telling you that after you have five waves, you will always at least have one more set of five waves. The question is if this third move is going to be a C wave or third wave of an impulse. The third move is going to end at least to the 100% if we expect it to reach the guidelines at least. And the guidelines, they're here to be used to trade and to have some targets and to estimate, risk rewards and stuff like that. And the 100% will at least be met in what I have experienced during my trading years is that the 100% is going to almost always be reached at least if the second wave has done more than 50% retracement. So in this case, if we just look at this one, it reached the 61.8, so it should reach at least 100%. When we have really short retracement, you could have a target that is shorter than 100% for a C wave target that reach only 618 times the first one. But yeah, I mean, this is a little bit overcomplicated. I'm not going to go so much deeper into that. I just wanted to show you the reasons why I am shorting marathon as I'm doing it right now. So basically, what we had here, I mean, it's a very clear and normal impulse. You see five waves here as the A wave or first wave. Then what followed after that was a double zigzag retracement, reaching the perfect 61.8 retracement. So far so good. It's reaching all those. I mean, it's doing perfectly in an Elliott wave perspective. And then after that, what we had was a little bit different. We had some kind of choppy price action that I think a lot of us hoped was were was going to do like the last cycle, of the 1-2 and 1-2, and then boom. But here it's just stayed like quite choppy for a while. And the reason for that is that you had a leading diagonal instead. So you had 5 waves, and they didn't reach the all-time high, which it should do. I mean, it should break the last high of the last impulse, and it didn't do that. So that just means that this 5 waves structure is just the subwaves of the first wave of the third move, if you understand. So basically, yeah. So it's as simple as that. We just had the first wave, and then the second wave retracement, which retraced. I think it was quite deep because it was a 60% move. Yeah, 61, 62 here. So yeah, quite a deep retracement. Then we had like quite similar stuff happening in the lower time frame. I can show you how it looks like. You had also like the first wave of the, I mean, yeah, first wave of thirds or a subwave, um, that made also some kind of leading diagonal here, and then retracement, and then 1 2 in the lower time frame again, and now 1 2 in the even lower time frame. But yeah, I'm not going to continue to chart it. I think you get the message. We are about to reach a most important move, which is the third wave. So it's the one that gets the most volume, where you see the biggest move coming ahead. If we look at last cycle, for example, when this third move happened, it was quite here. So you can imagine what we have ahead of us, to be honest. And I mean, just looking for some quite easy target, we see that, yeah, I mean, it's breaking above the support line here on the larger time frame, and on the shorter one also, like it's breaking and trying to bounce on it. So it's really positive. I mean, everything is going quite as planned. But yeah, it has taken a little bit more time this cycle, so it has played a lot with people's patience. And but I think it's going to really do really well really soon, and it's going to reward the people that just hold it, to be honest. And yeah, so what I expect it to do, so if we look at the larger time frame first, maybe it's more important. So as I explained at the beginning of the video, was that, yeah, I mean, when you have a first impulse, you should expect at least like 100% move after that for a zigzag scenario, which is like the lesser bullish version. And here what we get is like this target. And I know it sounds quite crazy when you think about it, but I mean, from an elite wave perspective, it makes sense at least. And I'm not going to reach for the third wave's target because that would make, yeah, much crazier price. But I won't be so surprised if we go for the 100% because that's what it should do. And if we look at the lower time frame right here, so I have put the 61.8% target here also to show you that this one is just like in the same level as the previous top, which makes sense because, yeah, I mean, it retraced 61.8%, so yeah, of course. But it's also like to make you understand that that will not be the top in this case. It will very surely be, I think, much higher top. And I think the third wave, if we look at 1 2 here, it should go to at least 100% target for it, which is 144. And in this case, yeah, it could stay there because we have the middle line of the channel here that is going to play as a resistance. So I think it's quite a good target for third wave in this case. So third wave would not be as strong as it should be in when we look at like Fibonacci levels, but it would catch up again and try and go for a real target for third wave, which is the 1618% um, for the fifth wave instead. So, and this is why also you have this big zone where you have those coinciding targets. And yeah, I mean, I think this is where we're going to end the cycle this time. So now I'm going to show you some other uh, miners. I'm not going to go as deep as in this one in all of them, but if we look just at Riot, for example, showing the exact same signs. I mean, look at previous cycle. Okay, I didn't chart it, but I could just do it quick to show you. So yeah, I mean, if we think that the first wave ended here, then we have like that, like this, and this. So five-way structure with two correction in between. So three impulses and two corrections. That's the first move. Boom. Very impulsive. This is a very impulsive move. Very straight. When it's straight and strong like that, it's impulsive. What happened after that? 61.8% retracement. So exactly the same stuff happened here. Very clearly a perfect correction. Then we had a very regular impulse, super like textbook regular, not impressive at all, but perfect first wave, I think. Retraced also to the 61.8%. So it's like doing exactly what it should do, which is like crazy. It's crazy that it's doing exactly what it should do, and people are just so bearish on them. I mean, it's doing exactly as it should do. And then you have like, yeah, I mean, the third wave target um, in, I mean, yeah, on the larger time frame here, it should end around the channel resistance in the middle channel line resistance here. And how you trace it, you take the start to the second wave and you just make the parallel line up to the first one. This is how you trace them. Um, yeah, so basically, yeah, we should expect the third wave to end around somewhere around the $100 mark, and which is just next to the previous cycle high here. And yeah, I expect the end of the cycle to be somewhere here. And why am I saying this and not aiming for like top of the channel or top of the yeah, third wave? I mean, scenario. I mean, yeah, of course, you could have some crazy stuff happening, but I'm going to just go for the Fibonacci guidelines and try to follow them to just have a good level to aim at. Because once it breaks this level, it just enters like crazy territory, and you just don't really know what it's going to do. So I'm just going to stay for that. It is already a crazy level to reach. So I will be really satisfied if we reach our goals here. Already here is going to be a really nice profit. But yeah, I think we're going to go even higher. I can show you quickly. Let's show you hot, for example. So Yeah, I don't need to show you that. It's quite so. So a little bit simpler chart here, but the same thing is happening basically. I was really extended. Sorry for that. Um, yeah, so basically what we are seeing here is, as the previous one, we had the um, the first impulse move here. So everything is going by the book. First impulse. Then we had a little bit deeper retracement this time. It went deeper than the 61.8%, as you can see here. I think it reaches 78, the next fib target. Right. So it did reach like a textbook target too. So very yeah, very good following Elliott wave pattern here. Then we have the first wave, some kind of crazy structure here. And to be honest, it's quite positive too, because it means that, okay, well, now we had our horizontal correction here as a second wave. That means that the fourth wave will be quite sharp, quite deep, but it's going to be quick. We will not have to wait for so long as we did in the second wave, because you have those alternation guideline where you have like uh, very often like different kinds of correction in the second wave as you had in the fourth wave. And yeah, so basically it should end around I mean third wave top. In the lower time frames, I think it's going to be here in quite soon, 35, something like that. The third of third is going to be around 60, then bounce back on the channel line here and going all the way up to 170, I think. But yeah, time will tell, of course, and we'll see what happens. Let's just look quickly at Clean Spark. It's doing something quite similar as HUT is doing. And what we're seeing right here is first cycle we had this great impulse, then really deep correction. I mean, here it really went deep. And yeah, so basically what we are going to see is so now we ended fourth wave, and yeah, I mean, we are quite struggling around the channel middle line here, but once we break it, it will be broken for good, and we're going to end, I think, at least end of cycle is going to be around 100, something like that. Um, so yeah, it's still a way to go from here, and I think we will be quite rewarded if we just hold, to be honest. Um, so yeah, now you have kind of the idea of what I'm hoping for. Most miners are showing the similar patterns. I'm not going to go through them all, but most of them are showing quite similar patterns. So I mean, I'm quite bullish on most of them, of course. And but yeah, Mara is my favorite one, and hope you enjoyed to hear about it. And you can always comment or leave a like if you want. But yeah, see you next time. We're going to talk about GameStop next time, I think. Bye.